Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Two Fools in the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Kid Brims, aka the Jersey God of Westchester, and I'm here with my other co-host,
Caesar. They call me Lil C's, and we're excited to start this podcast
this
together.
very first episode, man. Can't believe, yo. So that's what they really called you, Lil C's. That's your nickname.
Yeah, they used to call me Lil C's.
When they start calling you that?
When I was a little kid, four or 5 years old.
Well, Kid Brims is not really my nickname. That's why I give myself my nickname. My nickname is actual BB, and I got that in elementary school. Matter of fact, my boy Max. Shout out to Max. Live your rev. Seen you, heard you. Make sure you follow that on his Instagram too. But he actually gave me that nickname when I was in second grade, and we were playing basketball, and I was the only black kid on the team, and he came up to me and it was like, yo, what's good? My name is Max. And I told him my full name. And he was like, oh, that's too long of a name. I'm going to call you BB. And that stuck with me ever since second grade, that nickname.
That's dope. I remember, since we're talking about childhood memories, I remember being in gym class and being the only Hispanic kid and wanting to play ball with all the other kids. And they wouldn't let me want to play ball because I was Hispanic, so I was like,
they didn't trust the jumper.
They didn't trust the jumper.
They didn't trust the jumper.
But they eventually let me play, and I remember the first time I got the ball, I splashed it on them. Splash.
Heard you, Clay.
Splash.
Clay. Heard you.
And then the second time I got the ball, I splashed it again from the corner. And then the third time, they were like, you got to guard him, right? But instead of taking the jump shot, I ended up driving baseline.
Oh, he went to the bar. You went to the Rackington?
I went to the hole and drove it in for a layup.
Easy.
And then eventually they gave me the respect I wanted, and that I was looking for, because I knew deep down I could play ball, because I had been playing since I was very little with my uncles.
It's always those ones you least expect to be dumb nice.
Eventually, when we had recess a couple days later, let's just say I wasn't the last one picked on the court, because eventually they knew how my game was.
You was the first round draft pick?
Yeah, I was a first round draft pick, like D Rose, and that's how I learned and to love basketball, just by.
Did you play any other sports or?
A little soccer when I was a kid, younger, but.
See, my other sport was football. I remember 6th and 7th grade recess. Even before recess, like before we went in, we would play a pickup game of football, like 8 o'clock in the morning. That was the only thing I was excited for in school.
What, football?
Was football before
and after
and during
and
after elementary school. And in 6th grade, and we played the 7th graders. No, I'm sorry. In 5th grade, I played the 6th graders. They was talking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like a lot. It's like, oh, we're all better
talking
than
all
you.
That smack.
Talking everything. Talking
a lot of smack.
A lot of it. It was nonstop every time. So sometimes we would have recess with them.
Yeah.
And the way our elementary school is that we would have a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
The basketball. They had the basketball hoops in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, I went to your elementary school.
Yeah, you been for when we go for open gym.
Yeah,
open park over there.
Yeah, I used to go to that park when I was younger, too.
Yeah, so did I. And that's how I actually ended up going to that school. My mom took me one time. And I was like, oh, I want to go here. Literally a couple months later, I was attending Greenville.
That's nice. The school is nice. The playground's nice. I remember going there and with my parents as a kid. We actually used to play soccer over there with my uncles and stuff.
Oh yeah, that field is huge.
That field is nice, huge. We actually used to go play soccer over there, and then we met up some people over there that we played with, and we would get intense soccer games in there. Actually, I remember I have good memories of playing soccer on that field. The field is huge, and it's a good field. The grass is nice and everything.
Yeah, so we would go back to the football thing. Back and forth. So they had a QB. It was 5th graders versus 6th graders. So 5th grade team was like me, my other boys. It was a lot of people playing. So no one scored yet. It was
Mhm.
getting towards the end of recess.
Okay.
So
Crunch time.
yeah, it was crunch time. I'm
It was
like, nah,
crunch
we
time.
gotta lock this up.
Fourth
I'm sick
quarter.
of hearing them talking all this shit,
Yeah.
talking about we better than you,
Yeah.
just to
So
lose.
that was the
I wasn't
motivation
hearing.
just
I
to beat
wasn't
them.
hearing that.
That was the motivation
So
to beat them.
I remember like 5 minutes left before recess. They was like on our other end.
Yeah.
Like it's not yards, can't really.
Yeah. Nah.
It's a parking lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they was close to the end of the parking lot.
Yeah.
So the dude yells hype, and we all just like, all right, we gotta guard up. We gotta guard up.
Yeah.
So we was guarding up. I always play safety because
Yeah.
I was too fat. Still am for man not doing that.
So you had the hands.
I
Safety.
had to be Ed Reed for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Ed Reed, yes.
all of a sudden he throws it my way, and I jump up and I pick it.
Ooh, Deion Sanders. Okay, prime time.
I had the snatch give me these. So I picked the
Sticky
ball
fingers.
off. I picked the ball off and I start running.
Yeah.
And I just see nothing but like pavement in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this all in a huge BB jacket, like a huge puff coat, a beanie, jeans, and Tim's on. And I was just running. I'm like, yo, I hope I don't bust my ass
You had
right
a bubble
now.
on?
I had a bubble on.
The bubble North Face.
Not even.
South
It
Pole.
was South Pole. It wasn't even North Face. It was
The
South
good
Pole.
days. With
So,
Tim's on, the 6-inch.
Big facts. I
The
felt I was
baggy
dumb
jeans,
tall.
Baggy jeans.
That's
Oh, baggy. Oh, don't remind me of baggy jeans. Oh, I got a good memory about baggy jeans.
Yeah, so I caught the ball. I was like, oh, I gotta be out. And you know how hard it is to run in Tim's.
Yeah,
My
it is.
feet was hurting.
Yeah. They're mad heavy.
OD. So I was running with the ball. It was two-hand touch. It wasn't tackle or anything because we was on pavement. So I was running and I was running and I was running. And then
Boots almost came off.
And then all of a sudden, I'm still running. This dude tried to two-hand touch me.
Yeah.
Hit him with a step back, like, excuse me, going the other way, right?
Okay.
Now he goes one way, I'm going the other way. I'm like, oh my God, we about to win.
You shimmied on him.
So I'm still running. I'm still speeding. And you just hear everyone like screaming, go, BB, go. So then I made the touchdown.
Yeah.
I scored the game-winning pick.
Yeah.
Before recess
That's
ended,
dope.
and then my whole grade just tackled me. Just like, oh my God, we beat the sixth graders, everything, and you can see the sixth graders dumb tight, like they just walk off like, yo, nah, we off this, man.
That's a
I'm
dope
pissed.
story. That's a dope childhood memory. You know,
that was crazy.
That sticks with you.
Because you
forever,
know, as
you know?
a little kid,
Yeah.
doing that, especially in front of older kids too,
Yeah.
and all the teachers and everything.
Yeah.
You was the
feel
man.
special. Yeah,
you was
yeah.
the man, at least for the next period. And it went back to normal the next day.
Especially like if like I know me and Brandon grew up watching a lot of sports, and you know
That's all I watch. Nothing but it.
Yeah, that's all
mostly.
we watched as kids, you know, and we grew up watching lots of sports. So obviously the basketball, the football, the game-winning drives, the game-winning shots, all that is really dope. And especially like if like we do like we play sports for fun, right? So obviously
open gym every
open gym,
Tuesday
so
at the old elementary school I used to go to.
So obviously all that as kids, you know, when we used to watch the sports on TV and we would see the game-winning shots, and then we would actually play these sports in person, you know, and, you know, you count down the clock, 3, 2, 1, and you hit a game-winning shot. That's dope. Kobe,
Jordan
with the fadeaway. Or like if you play, like if you like, I like playing defense when I play basketball. So,
heard the lockdown defender.
Pippen, you know. So
heard you, Kawhi.
So obviously, since we watch a lot of sports, you know, obviously like Brandon mentioned, you know, that game-winning touchdown in the 6th grade was a very good moment in his childhood. You know, something
Definitely.
that he still carries with till this day. You know,
I
which is very.
don't know about all that. You kind of dragging it with that.
How am I dragging it? You never forgot that.
I did, but it doesn't mean I carry it with me.
Nah, I'm not saying
Not like there's days I just go and be like, yo, Yo, I
Nah.
remember I scored this game with it. Damn,
I'm not saying it, but it's like
Nah,
my story. Like I still remember that time I was in the gym and I hit those 2 jump shots and the baseline. You know,
definitely had to make your name for yourself.
Yeah, I had to make a name for myself in elementary school. You know, playing basketball, and then obviously going into middle school and high school. I grew up playing basketball and learning more about basketball.
Yeah, also,
So,
but it
that's
also
dope.
comes with bad memories too.
Yeah.
Like I remember,
Oh.
yeah, I remember the first time I encountered racism at my elementary school. I had a crush on this girl. Her name was Courtney. I remember. I still don't know why I remember, but I had a crush on this girl, and we would always talk or whatever. And I guess her friend got in her head, and one day I was up to her, and she wasn't talking to me, which was random because she would always talk to me like nonstop, like that. Other than my boy Max, who gave me my nickname,
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him and I was talking to her. So those are like the only 2 people at the beginning when I started elementary school.
So you kind of felt like left out, but not left out.
Yeah,
not left out. Obviously,
not left out, but like why?
Yeah,
like why all of a sudden you're not talking to me?
Yeah.
So then her friend, I forgot her friend's name, but they come up to me and go, "Yo, she can't talk to you or play with you anymore because you're black." So the first time hearing it, I was literally bawling. Like I was on the ground, like crying because I was like, "It's like why?"
Yeah, as a kid, you don't understand.
Like I don't understand or whatever. And I remember the rest of the day, I was upset. I was crying. The teachers asked me like, "What happened?" I refused to tell them what happened.
How old were you?
I want to say like 6 years old, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, you don't understand that.
Yeah, I was young.
At that age,
I didn't know.
You don't grasp the concept of racism yet.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was crying the whole time. I get home, my grandmother picked me up. No, my mom did that day because she got off work early.
Yeah.
And I told her what happened, and you know how black moms are.
Yeah.
She's like, "Nope. Tomorrow I'm coming up to that school. I'm gonna beat her ass." But she really didn't do that. But they get mad.
Yeah.
So
she went to complain.
or whatever. It was a whole thing. It was like more than like a week or whatever. And then we completely like after that stopped talking to each other like at all.
Yeah.
Because like after I got explained to me and whatever, I'm like, oh okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
And bam, then I just stopped talking to her.
You don't want to surround yourself around those kind of people, you know.
Definitely
they bring a lot of negativity. So
and it's still sad. It still happens to this day.
Yeah, it's happening more than ever now, actually, and it's sad because United States is a big melting pot, and we shouldn't have till this day all that racism that we're having, you know, especially with like I'm Hispanic, and I feel like there's a lot of racism towards Hispanics, and it makes me feel bad, you know, because I feel like we're some of the hardest working people.
It doesn't help.
And it doesn't help.
Ass Trump. Fuck that nigga.
It doesn't help. Trump. Yeah, it doesn't help that he's the president right now, and he's
trash. Get him out of here.
He's putting all that hate towards Hispanics and
talking about we gotta build a wall. Build a wall to these nuts. What are you talking about?
Calling us all criminals when we're some of the hardest working people, you know, and I don't feel it's right, you know. And he represents our country, and I feel like our country doesn't represent all that racism and ignorance that he spits out. And he spits out a lot of ignorance, you know, because obviously he grew up with all this money, you know. So
he should have just stuck to his hotels, casinos.
I don't know how he
became
a president, you know, but racism is not a place that should be here in the United States, you know.
Definitely shouldn't be.
So,
that I don't get it. I still don't get how we allow like. I'm not gonna say we because I definitely didn't vote for him, and I know you definitely didn't.
I didn't vote for him.
But I don't understand like what goes through people's minds when that happens. Like,
no, but if you think about it, there's a lot of people that think like him, and which is sad to be honest. But like I feel like the young people like our age don't really think like that, but there's a lot of older people that
that do.
voted for him, and that's why he's in that position right now, which is sad. But like, I feel like the younger generation is against him, you know, and I feel we should all stand up and talk against him. You know,
be impeached. Something.
I don't know how he became president, but because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't. He definitely doesn't know.
He should be, like you said, impeached and
something.
or not get reelected in the next election. You know. So.
Yeah, but also with like high school, like bad memories too. I remember I got in my first fight. Now, for those who don't know me, for those who don't know me, you know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't like negativity. I'm always about being positive. So this happened in like 8th grade. I was on lunch with my friend, and some annoying kid was like coming up to us or whatever. So, as being a young kid, we would chase him around for some reason. Don't know why we did it. Don't even ask. But we used to go around and chase him, and some older kid like tripped me.
Yeah.
To be a dickhead, like tripped me because he saw us running around, and I'm like, yo, why are you doing this? Like, why'd you trip me? Like, you could have like, and it was on pavement too. Like, you could have hurt me.
Yeah, nah.
So he was talking all this or whatever, and I just decided I pushed him. I was like, yo, get out of my face right now. I pushed him, and he pushed back, and we started fighting. So you know I had to swing, clap him. Had to do all that. So
like
then
Mike Tyson.
not even bite his ear. So don't.
No, I'm not saying that. I hit you hit him with the right,
with quickness, not against.
No, I didn't say you
Douglas,
bite him.
Though. But
nah, I know.
Nah, yeah.
Mike Tyson had that power.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I had one good time. He fell.
Boom.
And I just kept fighting him. Like I was pissed. Like why would you do that?
Yeah.
So what happened was not even like 10 minutes later, he ran away. He was just crying like a bitch.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what he got. That's
what you get. So then we're still at lunch, and one of the like aides was there, and I guess he told one of the aides who told the principal.
Yeah.
And they called me.
Yeah.
They called me in, and I knew what exactly was for, so I wasn't surprised. So then they called me in. It was like what happened. He explained himself. I explained myself, and we both got the same days, like same amount of days of detention.
Oh, detention.
And all detention was for us was sitting in the team meeting room that we had for like our sports teams at high school, and we just sat there from like 8 to like 8:30 before class start. So that's all. That wasn't nothing.
So that fight was
just chilling.
That fight was
worth 3 days.
It was worth 3 days.
It was worth 3 days
because he got knocked out.
He was.
Talking about I guess high school memories. I remember one of my classmates. He actually bought the ghost pepper chili from Amazon, and he brought it to class.
Why would he buy that off of Amazon?
Yeah, I don't know. He bought it off Amazon, and he was like decided to bring it to class, and he brought it to our 7th and 8th period class, and he was like, "You guys want to try this?" So a group of my friends and we tried it, and we all tried it, and it wasn't that bad, you know. I'm used to spicy foods, and he actually asked the teacher. He was like, "You want to try it?" And the teacher was like, "No, you think I'm stupid? I'm not gonna try that. I've heard about that.
Ghost chili. What? It
was a ghost chili pepper.
That's hotter than habanero too.
Yeah, it was definitely hotter than habanero. So I tried it. It wasn't that bad, you know. I had some water on the side, you know. But
doubt that helped even a little bit.
It helped a little bit. I only had a small amount of the chili pepper. He bought a couple. So he asked the teacher, he was like, "You want to try it?" The teacher was like, "Nah, you think I'm stupid? I want to choke." So he gave it to another classmate, and this classmate, he actually ate it. He ate like half of it, and then he went on to rub his eye, and which was the worst mistake he ever made.
He rubbed his eye
against.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
He rubbed his eye, and then he he told the other kid, he's like, "Oh, I can't see, and so we had to take him to the we had to take him up to the nurse's office, like we really did,
because he cannot see. He's legally blind.
He was on a bird box status. He couldn't see, so we had to like hold him from his hands to get him up to the nurse's office because he couldn't see. And then the nurse was like, "What happened?" And the guy who had bought the ghost pepper told him, "Oh, I brought in the ghost pepper, and we all tried it, but this fool over here decided to touch his eye." So that was
you have a whole ghost pepper on your hand, and you touch your eye.
Yeah, he touched his eye. We had to take him to the nurse's office, and then he had to go home. I don't know what they put on his eye, but
whatever.
He had to go home, and I think he missed the next day of school.
Yo, imagine. Yo, why'd you miss the next day of school? I put some ghost pepper in my eye.
Yeah, that was not smart of him.
That definitely wasn't smart of him.
Yeah, that's my story right there. That's a good story that I'll never forget from high school.
That's a big fan. Yo, high school. I mean, I didn't really. High school was alright for me because my school was mostly white school, so. And I was like one of maybe at the time 8 black people there.
Damn.
So yeah, so it wasn't like I couldn't be out acting reckless, with the substitute teachers.
Because you stood out. Yeah.
Of course, because I'm one of 8, so of course I'm gonna stand out. And the community is really small too. Everybody knows everybody, so it's not like any other town around here. But it's high school, whatever.
Yeah, high school is there's a lot of learning experiences.
I do miss it sometimes. So just a little bit.
Yeah, you missed the fun of it, but
just like not my grade, but
no, yeah. You missed the fun of it, yeah, because you have no responsibilities. So
So yeah.
That was our.
No, we appreciate you listening to the very first episode of the podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Kid Brims, a.k.a. the Jersey God of Westchester, here with my boy
Caesar, Lil C's, I guess. But I don't have a really a nickname.
You don't have a nickname. You just got a nickname.
I don't really got a nickname that that sticks out. People call me Caesar, even though it's Cesar. But they call me Lil C's or C's. But if the viewers wanna give me a nickname, I'm more than welcome to hear all your.
But
all your options.
They ain't used to having an option. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Kid Brims, on Twitter, Wavy Kid Brims. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kid Brims, everything. But you're listening to Two Fools and a Mic. Until next time.
That's a wrap. Later.
Deuces.